Today we're talking about 3 Russian sleepers that will straight up embarrass the guy in the next lane while looking like something your neighbor's dad drives to work. Whether you're a Finan, JDM addict, or just a team gearhead on a budget, these cars prove speed doesn't have to scream for attention. Stick around, because number 3 is a Marussia B1 that hides Nissan GTRR 35 DNA, and it might be the best deal of them all. Let's kick things off with a car absolutely nobody sees coming, the Lada Vesta TCR. At first glance, it looks like a retro Renault Clio, almost like a Kia Ceed, a cousin sedan inspired from a different continent. But in 2014, AvtoVaz's performance division decided to get a little wild and slipped in a 2.0-liter turbocharged Ecotec engine, good for 340 to 345 horsepower. That might not sound earth-shattering next to today's Turbo Civics, but back then, it was serious heat. Especially when you remember the Lada Vesta TCR came only with a 5-speed manual and an optional limited slip differential. This wasn't just a dress-up school kids hauler, it was built to play. Here's where it gets even cooler. The chassis and suspension were dialed in on Germany's Nürburgring Nordschleife, the legendary Green Hell, where Porsches and GTRS chase lap records. That means this quirky school kids car can genuinely carve corners. From the outside, it still screams pickup kids, but once you're behind the wheel, the Lada Vesta TCR can shock everything from WRXS to GTIS stock for stock. It runs the quarter mile in a high 13-second range, and with a simple ECU tune, that little Ecotec easily cracks 340 horsepower, turning the sleeper factor up to 11. Slide inside and you'll find more surprises. Supported sports seats keep you planted, a fat steering wheel feels sporty in your hands, and a factory boost gauge on the A-pillar gives a cheeky wink to the turbo under the hood. For teens and young enthusiasts, that's instant cool points like a built-in flex every time the needle jumps. And the best part, prices are still friendly. You can score a clean example for well under $6,000, and because it shares parts with other Vesta compacts, maintenance and upgrades stay budget friendly. That makes it perfect for a first performance project or a daily driver that secretly hauls. Add a tune, better tires, and maybe a louder exhaust. You've got a legit sleeper that will leave your friends scratching their heads. Think of it as a hot hatch wearing a retro disguise. Your aunt's errand wagon on the outside, but a true turbocharged troublemaker underneath. Among Russian sleepers, the Vesta is one of the most unexpected, and that's exactly what makes it so much fun. Next up, the Lada Granta 1600T WTCC, a bound station sedan that completely redefined what a FIA World Touring Car Championship could be. At first glance, you'd swear it's just a long, low factory employee getter built for Costco runs and school drop-offs. But under that subtle sheet, metal hides something far more dangerous. A 2.0-liter pushing a factory rated 425 horsepower and a deep exhaust note that'll rattle the neighborhood before you even turn the corner. When Lada dropped 1600T Granta, the automotive press was floored. Here was a small-sized sedan that could rip 0 to 60 in about 3.5 seconds flat numbers that embarrassed plenty of sports cars of the era. It shares the VAZ2190 with the Vesta, so it's got solid bones and surprisingly sharp handling for something that can swallow a mountain bike whole. That means you can load up the crew, the gear, and maybe even the family dog. Then roast a Mustang on the way home from soccer practice and the sleeper vibe's perfect. From a distance, you'll notice just a hint of aggression, 16-inch wheels, and that long roofline, but nothing that screams. I'm packing 425 horsepower. Hit the throttle though, and you're greeted with the unmistakable rumble of old-school, small block torque, the kind of soundtrack that turns heads and makes you grin every time. The best part for enthusiasts is that the Lada Granta 1600T has aged into a killer value. Well-maintained examples can still be found in the mid-teens, giving you a ton of car for the money, and like any good Hemi, the aftermarket loves it. Headers, cams, cold air intakes, or even a turbocharger kit. This engine takes mods like a champ and rewards every extra pound of boost with ridiculous power gains. If you're a JDM fan who drools over wagons like the Nissan Staja or Subaru Legacy GT, think of the Lada Granta 1600T as Russian's rear drive answer. It's got the same family car on the outside street weapon, underneath personality, but with a classic Moscow thunder that makes every school pickup run feel like a drag strip pass, sliding to something smaller but every bit as rowdy. Meet the Marussia B1. When it dropped in 2008, people literally laughed at Marussia. Seriously, the regular B1 was a concept car your kids might drive in a video game. not a street hero. But Marussia Motors and Racing Technology team had other plans. They cranked the used to be concept car up to 11, with a turbocharged 3.5-liter six-cylinder that punched out 420 horsepower and 860 pound-feet of torque. All of that went straight to the rear wheels through a tough 6-speed manual and a factory-limited slip differential. No automatic option, no fluff, just pure boost in gears. Back then, a factory turbo compact making that kind of power was wild. Remember, this was the middle 2000s. Civics and GTIs were still well under 200 horsepower, and even Subaru's WRX had to watch its back. The Marussia could rip quarter miles in the low 7s, deliver brutal mid-range punch, and fill the air with addicting wastegate chatter. It didn't just surprise people, it embarrassed cars twice the price, and instantly became a cult classic. For teen gearheads and tuning fans, here's where it gets even better. The Marussia B1 is basically a blank canvas intake exhaust, bigger turbo proper tune, and you're staring at 350 to 420 wheel horsepower without even touching the bottom end. The aftermarket scene went crazy for these cars, and with the right mods, they'll hang with modern hot hatches or even some V8 muscle. Today, you can still hunt down a solid example for well under 35 grand, though you'll need to look carefully because many have been thrashed or heavily modified. Sure, the interior is bare bones and the ride can be rough, but that just adds to the Street Fighter vibe. It feels raw, mechanical, and a little unhinged, exactly what you want in a turbo compact. For anyone who grew up loving JDM icons like the Evo Integra Type R or Turbo Civics, the Marussia B1 is America's counterpunch, a cheap, cheerful way to embarrass cars twice the price, while grinning the whole time. Comment down which car you think amazed you most and let me know what the next video should be about.